You know, a lot of times in vaudeville, we're asked to do shows for schools or different churches and all. I was asked to do a show over at one of the schools and went over there. The kids were great, but after the show, they asked me if I wanted to go around to some of the classes, which I did. And the first class we came to was a teacher that was, I guess you would call modern. She had the very short skirt. And she started to write on the slate board, reached way up high, and one little boy jumped up and says, "Hey teacher, I saw the back of your knees." She said, "Why, Johnny, I'm surprised at you. Take your hat and go home." So another kid got up and he started to write, or she started to write rather, and the kid says, "Oh teacher, I saw the back of your thighs." She said, "Why, Michael, take your hat and go home, and don't you come back here until Wednesday." The little kid picked up his hat and walked out. She started to write again, but by this time she was a little nervous and she dropped her chalk. So she stooped to pick it up. One of the kids jumped up and said, "Hey teacher, give me my hat. My school days are over." So that was the cutest thing. But then the teacher said to one of the boys, she said, "I want you to write a composition on the word frugal." And he said, I ain't got no pencil." He said, no, you mean you have no pencil. I have no pencil. He has no pencil." He says, "Who the hell's got all the pencils?" Anyway, the kid started to write. After about 5 minutes, she asked one of the boys to recite his composition. But incidentally, she said, "I want the composition on the word frugal." And the boy said, "I don't even know the meaning of the word frugal. What does it mean?" And she said, "Well, frugal means to save." So the kid got up and read his paper, and he says, "Well, once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom, there lived a princess. And one day the gypsies kidnapped her and tied her to a tree in the forest. But along came a prince, and she yelled out, 'Frugal me, frugal me.' And the prince frugaled her, and they lived happily ever after." That's about it. That's enough of this.